Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, back here. Don't seem Ellie like. Welcome to Death Battle. Man, or at least my second attempt at doing this. To explain what I mean, I originally actually did a reaction video to another Death Battle that, existed, but I didn't actually post a video for it. Or at least I didn't post a video on it, or post it onto anything, really. To explain what I mean by this, originally I did a reaction video of Beerus, I believe? Yeah, Beerus versus Galaxia. But I never released that video because I thought, well, it really wasn't all that interesting. It was just kind of a bit subpar, in my opinion, in terms of what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a couple of death battles that were mainly, more in tune to me, or at least interested me. I really liked Beerus as a character, at least from, Battle of Gods, although they don't use him much in the actual Super anime, but whatever, I'm not going to get into Super, not going to talk about that, because, I could be here all day. Anyway, I originally did a video of me reacting to Beerus versus Galaxia, but I decided to scrap it because it wasn't as well done as I could have done, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to scrap this whole thing. This was a mistake. But now I'm going to be doing another reaction video again to Death Battle, but this time I'm going to post it, with no regrets. And hopefully I do actually well in terms of maybe making this an actually quality, thing to post. Okay, so why do it? Well, this battle has a particular, strong connection with me, or at least speaks to me a lot. The reason for that is because of one of the competitors. So what death battle is this one going to be? Today's death battle is Sabrewulf versus Jon Talbain. Killer Instinct versus Darkstalkers. Okay, so here's my connection with either fighter. I am a Darkstalkers fan, or at least a fan of the Darkstalkers game series, or at least 3. I played a lot of 2 and 3, but mostly only owned 3, and played a lot of it. I played Darkstalkers 3 originally on my PlayStation 1, and enjoyed it a lot. And can you tell who I mained on Darkstalkers 3? Yeah, it was Jon. I loved wolves growing up as a kid, honestly. I'm a wolf animal lover sort of thing, so Jon I was always going to gravitate towards Jon regardless of what it is, but he was so cool as a character. He was literally a martial arts fighting werewolf who learned how to control it through martial arts discipline. Jesus, man, that's ridiculous but cool at the same time. Man, I love Jon, and I especially liked and loved Darkstalkers growing up. Even though I'm not great at fighting games, I loved the game and just enjoyed playing it overall. So, as you could tell, I'm mainly rooting for Jon here, which is why I'm kind of a bit worried because, look, from what I can understand of the information I know of Jon himself, and the little information that I know of Sabrewulf himself, I think Jon can win, hands down, because he's a lot stronger, and I think he's more durable, and he's a lot more faster, or at least he's faster, stronger, and better than Sabrewulf in most regards. Maybe except for experience, but mainly I believe, Jon has it in the bag in terms of strength and power, maybe even durability, but I'm not sure. Because, it depends on how Death Battle actually, interprets most of what Jon's done. Whether or not they'll count other Darkstalkers and what they've done, or whether or not they might count Jon's certain other abilities, or maybe if they do comparisons between other characters. It all really depends. If it isn't, then, well, this is going to be an issue, but if they do, then yeah, Jon has it in the bag, which is why I'm worried. It depends on how, Death Battle interprets certain things. So, that's what I'm going to be doing for this video. I'm going to be watching the analysis, pre-analysis portion of the video, and then I'll watch the fight itself, and then I'll watch the post-analysis. But here's the thing that I'm going to be doing for this video. As you can see, I'm talking right now and just, doing something else. But I won't be showing the post-analysis or pre-analysis. The pre-analysis portion of their video, go watch the original video, honestly. Just do that. Like, go watch that, then watch this one, which is why it's posted a day after. Hopefully I remember to do that, to post this later than the video, or maybe a day after. So, after that's done, after you're done watching that, come watch this video, and, you'll see what I mean when I'm talking about certain parts of, the post-analysis / the fight itself, and then the pre-analysis. So that's exactly what you're going to be seeing. After that, I'm going to actually show the actual video of me reacting to the actual fight, the raw, uncut footage of that, and then we're just going to move on after that. But mainly this will just be the fight between Jon and Sabrewulf, which you'll see as my reaction. And then I'll just do an overall overview of what I thought of both the pre-analysis, of the post-analysis, and the fight itself, and the episode as a whole. So that's what this whole video is going to be. It's just going to be mainly me talking, and a little bit portion of the actual fight. If you want to skip to the actual fight, I guess I can put a timestamp just to show you, like, my reaction to that fight. But if you want to hear my thoughts on what I thought about the pre-analysis, the post-analysis, and all that stuff, just keep watching, I guess. So, yeah, that's about it. I'll see y'all when I actually talk about the post-analysis portion of the video, so give me a second. Okay. So, the post-analysis, I don't know, pre-analysis, I keep on mixing up these names, honestly. I keep on forgetting them, or I keep getting tongue-tied. Anyway, the pre-analysis of, like, what they brought to the table for both characters, both Jon and Sabrewulf, seems to be similar to what I think. I mean, from what I can understand, it definitely seems like as if, Sabrewulf will not be able to survive this fight, mainly just due to his durability and his strength. Jon seems way stronger, but then again, I could be wrong and maybe I'm missing something. I don't know, it seems like as if it's more leaning towards Jon, or maybe they might do a bait and switch of, well, he's, like, Jon says he's light speed, but, oh, it turns out he's not this fast at all, sort of situation. Now, some people will say, well, he claims that, but has he really ever shown those types of speed feats? And I understand that, but still, it's more of like, well, I'm wondering what exactly they'll also say, too, like, oh, Jon really isn't this strong, or isn't really this comparable to other Darkstalkers. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm just overthinking it, or maybe I'm being, like, pessimistic in a weird way, like, oh man, I'm trying to, like, I'm being a little bit too, like, oh no, I'm scared for my boy Jon, like, situation. Maybe if I just calm down, relaxed a bit, maybe I might see the actual clear winner that Jon is, and maybe I'm just overthinking this. I don't know, honestly. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, I don't know. But we'll actually see as soon as the fight happens, so I just want to get it out of the way that I think the information that they gave is, correct. They always bring up information that's interesting from other different sources, although some of them are a bit odd. But thankfully they didn't bring up the Saturday morning cartoon one, thank God for that one. I mean, they showed clips of it, but they didn't use anything from that, at least. Hoo boy, if they did. But overall, they included certain other materials, and technically some stuff that's sort of a little bit iffy, but still interesting regardless. So overall, I think, the information they brought to the table and the information they stated was pretty decent, and very much, like, nice. So overall, I'm not sure, if, like, there could be, like, this sneaky, like, thing that I missed that might show that Jon will lose. I don't know. All I do know is that, both competitors have been interpreted in a pretty decent way, so we're just gonna see how this goes. So again, I'm rooting for Jon, like, regardless of what they were gonna say for Jon, like whether or not they made him look weak, I was always gonna root for him, so I'm gonna stick with Jon. So let's see what happens. I'll see you when I actually, do the reaction video, so. Okay, here we go. Ooh, here we go. I actually saw a preview of this, although I didn't watch it too much. I just wanted to see this opening. I do like how Jon just is coming in and being the hero here. I really like this. Honestly, I just really like it. A little bit calling the kettle black there, Jon. But, I get it. Okay, here we go. I'm kind of hoping, like, that's the one thing I'm hoping for this fight, is that Jon and Sabrewulf can be fast and furious. Because that's kind of what this battle, a battle of animals would be like. Fast, furious, and in this case, they're werewolves, so they have to go brutal, right? Well, everything's on fire, and there's a lot of dead bodies, so... There seems to be blood splattering, at least somewhat, but I'm not sure. Oh, up the wall! Now that's good. See, like, there's a lot of blood splatters, but I'm not sure if it's, like, blood everywhere. Like, you don't see blood on the sprites too much, which makes sense. So. Okay, let's see. Oh. See, look, there's permanent damage there. Oh, is it healing up? Summoning bats, eh? Oh, flaming bats. Come on, Jon, you can summon a dragon. Or a wolf. Dragon wolf? Either one. Use your nunchucks. There we go. Beast cannon! Yeah! You may have projectiles, but there's nothing against that. Okay, see, now we're seeing, like, more permanent damage to a degree. And I know they'll clean up later, but still. Red Moon. I'm not sure if this counts. Like, I don't know. It's sort of like a possible thing. And okay, more blood around them. After image attack. Super. Oh, God. Oh no, Jon! Jon!
Not like this.
Jon?
I'm no monster, but tonight I'll make an exception.
It's all black and white. Oh, God. Come on, Jon. Jesus. Yes! Okay, whew. That was awesome. Sorry, I had to calm down because I got really excited, as you could tell. And mostly, I was in shock at certain points because they made Jon look great, honestly, at certain points. Like, really cool. Especially, that one quote he did, like, I'm no monster, but tonight I'll make an exception. That was awesome. That was badass. So overall, yeah, I think this fight was pretty good. There were a couple of odd little, how do I say this? Visual slash, audio, hiccups here and there, depending on how you look at it. For example, when Jon was getting choked out by his own intestines, I can't believe he went around from that. He actually turned that around somehow. When he was being choked out, his head, model, or, the sprite that they used, it was a custom model, I understand, but it kind of, like, also showed the, original model underneath a little bit, just for a brief second, and I know no one's gonna notice that. But still, that's still a slight mistake I noticed. Like, especially, it was like, huh? Also, when Jon and Sabrewulf were at each other, like actually clawing at each other in the middle of that flower field graveyard place, it was kind of weird where Jon and Sabrewulf, I'm trying to think of his actual name, not just his nickname thing. But anyway, when those two were clawing at each other at some point, like here, I understand, like, there's some slashing noises in between, but it doesn't sound too much like slashing. It sounds like they're slapping or punching each other. Like, it has a meaty sound to it, not a slashing or clawing sound sort of thing. And I know it's a sound that they, used, and there is some slashing, but still, it kind of sounds a little bit less brutal in that sense. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just, nitpicking. But I will admit, there was like a little bit of a slight issue with the character models towards the end. Although mainly it's on Jon's part. Because I guess it's more noticeable. The blood on some of the characters were a little bit weird, at least for Jon to a degree. Like from his back when he was howling is a little bit odd, but overall, I'm not saying it's bad. It's good, honestly. It's just a little bit weird to me. Like, oh, the matte painting of it looks alright. It's just not like what I think they wanted to go with. Maybe. I don't know. Overall, the animation for the fight was actually pretty good, like very well done. I liked, the differences of what they tried to do, like fighting on the walls, going through a building and into a graveyard, and then the black and white filter thing at the very end, sort of black and white. Like, the whole, well, not everything went into black and white. The blood was still red, and there were certain colors at certain points, but I liked that particular, like, black and white sort of effect that they went with, because it kind of references, or it's supposed to, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to reference, the Wolfman itself. You know the Wolfman. The old monster movie Wolfman. Universal's, you get my point. The Universal monsters, especially the old Wolfman stuff, or old Wolfman movie, it's supposed to reference that stuff, and that's pretty good, that, they reference that, honestly. Oh yeah, there was also other references to some other things here and there, but that was mainly, the post-analysis stuff, as well as the fight and the pre-analysis, but I'll get into that in a second. So overall, I'd give this fight a very, very, good rating, honestly, if I was rating these things. In all honesty, I'm not, so I'm just gonna say this was a very good death battle. Some people, say that this is more brutal than, Silver Samurai versus the Shredder, and I'm not sure. I remember that fight, and it was definitely brutal. Not sure if it's more brutal than this. I mean, it's definitely brutal in context and in a situation, especially with the whole Jon having his guts ripped out, or at least his intestines ripped out and being choked with them. That's definitely brutal. Although I'm not sure if that counts or not. I don't know. To me, the Silver Samurai one was more bloody. This one was technically more brutal. That's all I have to say. Anyway, how about the beginning portions of the analysis and the ending analysis? Well, I don't disagree with what they, showcased. Showed, they compared Jon to a couple of other Darkstalkers, which makes sense, especially, depending on the class they're in. Although they say, the reason why he's comparable in this regard is because of his ki and how other Darkstalkers use their ki and strength. And you know what? That's fine that they did that. In all honesty, kind of makes sense. I can see their reasoning there. And I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm just saying, and some people will say, oh, well, that's wrong. I'm not sure what to say. Because it kind of makes sense to me, especially, how certain applications are here and there. At least for the speed and strength, it makes sense. Ki-wise, I'm not sure how much ki or even how to measure Jon's ki, effectively. The best you're going to get is exactly what they did in Death Battle. Compare Jon's ki level to another Darkstalker's maximum ki level that's in the same class as him. Anakan, right? If I'm pronouncing him correctly, I always pronounce that mummy's name incorrectly sometimes. But this Darkstalker is what I mean. This character was able to sink Egypt, as they showed in their video. So, well, ancient Egypt. And they showed, the power of what he can do, and then said, well, since he's a B plus class Darkstalker, Jon's key output could be similar to that. And you know what? I'm willing to give them, the benefit of the doubt, because in all honesty, I'm not sure how else you can measure Jon's key output, or even how much power he actually has in those specific attacks, like the Dragon Cannon. Also, sorry if I called it the Beast Cannon or something else. I just prefer to call it the Wolf Cannon, because it looks more like a wolf to me, but I understand it's supposed to look more like a dragon. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I think. I'm willing to accept that as its particular measurement there, and overall I agree with it. Also, but one thing I do want to mention, I guess now, is the actual pre-analysis stuff. The information they brought and what I thought about it. The animation for Boomstick and Wiz, or Wiz and Boomstick, was pretty good, honestly, as good as they usually are. I think a good amount of the jokes that they did, in terms of slight references or using dummy, was pretty good. Some of the jokes here and there were definitely funny, and I think they got most it was mostly giving me chuckles here and there. But overall, I think the information they brought about was fair and interesting, and the way interpreted wasn't, too bad. I think it was alright. I know some people will say, well, they interpreted this wrong or interpreted this wrong, and in all honesty, I'm not sure. Because usually, Death Battle interprets their stuff their way, and I'm willing to accept it. And the way they interpret most of the stuff that they brought up, I think it's fine, honestly. I think it's okay. Okay, so overall, how do I think about this fight? Yeah, overall, I think this whole episode, as a general whole, was pretty good. The post-analysis, pre-analysis were pretty good. The fight itself was pretty damn, amazing and also brutal. So, yeah, I think this is a very good episode, or a great one. And hopefully you guys actually check out the actual episode, because, again, this is just going to be me talking about the episode beforehand and some other stuff about it. Not really, looking at the full episode or reacting to it. Mainly just to be a little bit fair and, do things a little bit differently. I don't know. I guess it's just me. Overall, I just thought this episode was pretty good. So I'll see y'all next time in the next video. Until then, sayonara, robots. Take care.